desert-like place where the drop of divine nectar come in the form of Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Sankirtan. And as we can see that everybody's on some level came here to celebrate this Sankirtan movement that started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Otherwise, why people would know about chanting of Kirtan? It wasn't popular, 100 years ago in the Western world. Actually, Kirtan came with devotees, and it's been spread out so broadly that other yoga groups and other spiritual seekers, they unanimously decide, no matter what you do, Kirtan is a very important part. So, obviously there are different types of Kirtan. It's just like one question was previously, why people singing and which conditions? And some people answer, I'm singing when I'm happy, I'm singing when I'm sad. The soldiers also singing when they approach death. Or people singing song before they get, prosecuted. They're singing songs and they stand their values. So there are different types of songs. There's one song is to enjoy yourself and, have a good time, which we have at night in our crazy dome part. Which is also people like to use the nice soft music and the mantras, but that's not exactly the mood which we're coming to chant Krishna name. The name of Krishna has to be chanted with proper mood. It's not something to entertain you. It's not an entertainment process, Kirtan. However, it's very attractive. And really it's capturing your heart if you do the right thing. So Sarvabhavana Prabhu, who is our dear devotee friend and exclusive follower of Kirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, it's not like that we're coming in a very general spiritual beginning level and we already nourish all these divine names of Radha and Krishna. That sounds very like, it's like child coming to, the grow-up land and trying to, pick up some piece of, stick as a cigarette or try to imitate adults, with their behavior. So, as we understand, before that inner quality comes to your heart, you need to grow. And inner growth considered to be eternal growth. It's not like, I've been 5 years and now I've been chanting for 5 years. It says in the scriptures that Lord Ananta, who's infinite divine, being, snake-like, that holds the whole universes on his spiritual body as little seeds of mustard seeds, which means he's gigantic. Ananta means unlimited. He can't properly glorify the name of Krishna. Because Krishna is infinite for infinity. Krishna is not like, he's like a god for few mortal guys who kind of have to worship him as a cult, and if they don't worship him, Krishna's done, he doesn't exist. No, he's a Swayam Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of God. All avatars comes from him. It says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Everything comes from me. Atheism comes from me, Jack. Buddha comes from me, who's actually telling, there is no God, please worship me. It's an interesting thing when we live in Thailand and we speak with a Buddhist monk. And I ask him, is Buddha a simple person? He said, yes. If he's a person that achieved perfection, yes. Why can't you worship me? Or him, or her, or this baby. No, I worship Buddha. So he's not just a simple person. He's an altar of every temple. And his names are purifying names. And his life is great life of a great saint. And showing himself divine path. But at the same time, Buddha's coming to cheat atheists. Because atheists, they're looking for thrill. They're looking for escape. Not to believe in God. So God tells them, don't believe in me. Just worship me, So that's what Buddhists do. They offer him incense, and they're sitting in meditation on Buddha, and they say, there's nothing exists. Nothing. I don't even exist. So if you like to do that, that's fine with God. He's a very clever person. And Krishna is a big cheater. Do you know why he's cheater? He cheats those who have self-cheating propensity, who's not really to prepare the truth. If you're looking for escape, God give you the best one. So he's a cheater, he's a liar. Why he's a liar? Because he can't hear the truth as well. Like I've said, we would assume in modern age, things like spiritual things we're talking about here, would be spoken by the biggest guys in the world. But actually, you know what? Biggest guys in the world not speaking about these things. You know why? They're not popular. You can't really schmooze the public. Well, as soon as you speak some kind of a bullshit with a smart man, a smart face, and science, and at best, they can speak about consciousness. But where's the source of consciousness? One of the quality of consciousness can be conscious about itself. There's never consciousness devoid from personality. We can say there's a cosmic consciousness, but if there's only cosmic consciousness exists, who we are. Are we not conscious beings? So God is not a conscious being? Oh, there's also cosmic consciousness and me, two people. So there's one guy here who's like Advaita Vedanta follower, and he told me everything is Advaita, everything is one, everything is unity, everything is nothing. I said, are you married? He said, yes. I said, try to tell your wife, you're nothing to me. Everything is one. Yeah, your wife is going to kick your ass. So this year I spoke with the guy and I said, then why you have the wife? If everything is one, why not to masturbate? I'm sorry. So you have your wife because you want to share some love and appreciation. Am I correct or not? Otherwise, why you need somebody else? You can be fooling yourself and you know what it is. So, I mean, sorry for jokes, but it translates really to that kind of simple level when you talk about all these philosophical statements, like you're the great guy, you have an identity, so you're microbe-like, but you're charging who God is. You like to get stoned, you like to dance and chant. You know, it doesn't really work. When you drink vodka or holy name, you want to enjoy, right? You want to be unconsciously moved towards level where every step is a dance and every word is a song. Well, spiritual world is bunch of retired people who's like, nursing home. They're like, oh my God, we're like eternal, retired beings. No, it's not like that. Krishna's name, Nava Yovana, means Krishna is incredibly sweet and he's fresh at every moment. So as soon as you try to grasp Krishna with your mundane mind, he already changed. So it's impossible to catch up with Krishna unless you offer him your heart. Once heart to be offered to Krishna to media of sacrifice, then all this chanting has meaning. That's why it says in the scriptures, without self-giving, self-sacrifice, you can chant forever Krishna name and never come to Krishna. Do you know why? Why Krishna care? You can chant other songs. It has to be offering of your own inner self, which is truly you. Then whatever you chant will make a lot of sense. Because the only spirit soul can chant name of God. There's no physical tongue, there's no physical mind. None of it is real and substantial. Therefore we call it sahajya, which means taking some spiritual concept and bring it into virtual-like reality world and cover into, false perception. So, there's a false mundane religion. And everybody knows what it is. It's meant for controlling the society, bring rules and regulations. It's part of political regulation of the world. But none of it is really, truly excites Krishna. Not only that, like we think, oh, there's so many yogas and so many mystics. You know what Krishna say? When great rishis and munis, great enlightened yogis meditating on me, it's good for them. It's like you meditate on Krishna, Krishna say, hey, good for you, man, keep doing it. How much you've been doing this? Billion years. Keep doing it, doing a good job. But what Krishna say, but when gopis, my beloved gopis, curse me, then start make sense to me. And those girls saying, oh, Krishna is such a bad man, you were supposed to dance with me, but you kind of dance with another girl. Krishna, how dare you are, you womanizer, you cheater, you liar. If we find you, we're gonna whip your ass. So one time, Krishna, hiding in Vrindavan from the girls, and hard to get away from these girls. There's a lot of really cool girls, and they run fast. So Krishna's ran faster, but the problem, Krishna has yellow pants, yellow dhoti. So no matter how he ran in the forest, they can trace him because the yellow color, So once Krishna ran away, and he thought, well, they're gonna catch me, they're gonna beat me, and he was so happy. Then he thought, let me become Narayan. So he assume his four-headed form of Narayan and stand like a supreme lord. And Gopi just ran through. When they saw Narayan, they said, hey, stop it, stop it. It seems like Narayan himself, the God himself here. Let's approach him. And what was their prayer? They want to approach Narayan. And their prayer is, please let us catch Krishna. Let us be with Krishna. If you are God, if you can do something for us, give us that intimate desire fulfillment. And what happened to Krishna? He melted. He couldn't sustain his four-headed form. He's just melted, and he showed his beautiful Yat Shama Sundara Chintya Guna Svarupa, his beautiful form of Shama Sundaram, and Gopis start weeping him. And that was like the happiest moment in his life, when he got punished by his devotees. Think of this, how sweet this Lord. His joyful pastimes of erotic pastimes, his childhood pastimes, his friendshood pastimes, his, different types of pastimes, all of them address the deepest core of our heart. Like, we're looking for a lover, and he can appear as lover. We're looking for a baby to take absolutely care of him, and Krishna is your baby. He's like pissing on you, and you love him. Anybody will piss you on Bhakti Fest, you're probably not going to like that. But if Krishna will, you're going to love him. Why? Because you're a baby. He can appear as your beautiful baby. That's how important to understand Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, if you don't get this, religion becomes dry, philosophically, you have to understand, philosophy is something very far away from most of the people. And most people can't even understand. You know why? Because it's ununderstandable. Because it's an intellectual, mainly. So we don't want to go to this intellectual level. So your question is, so what is my position? So Lord Brahma, who's a great brahmachari at a certain part of his life, and also creator of the world, he said, Gyani prayasan udapasya namanteva. You have to give up your own conception, what divinity is and what reality is. Because if you try to perceive reality with your own imperfect senses, which is part of the mind, you can't do it. It's impossible. This hard drive is very small. Rather, you have to download, you have to stay online. Once you stay online, you're not staying on the hard drive of your own limited mind. The things will descend to you, and that's what we call devotional service. So when knowledge descending to our heart, and when pure knowledge descending to our heart, then we can be connected with Krishna. But we also should remember, Krishna has an absolute rights to descend and not to descend. It's not like you plug into Krishna and he's forever entertaining you, schmoozing you with spiritual knowledge, and hey, you're bored today, let me send you something new. It actually will happen if you have real internal life. And that's what you're aspiring for. It's basically, you're inspiring for internal life. And that's what Sarvabhavana Prabhu told you. Very, very important. And I'm actually so happy to hear his talk. I want to sign up him on preaching tour. Do you know why? Because really it takes a long time to collect the essence. Like Srila Prabhupada, he was a friend of our guru. First time he came to meet with Sridhar Maharaj in Prayag, Srila Prabhupada was a pharmacist. He was a great pharmacist in Allahabad, holy place. He constantly chosen that place. Let me go work in a holy place. But he had to support his family, his father, although he was from Bengal. When Sridhar Maharaj and some other brahmacharis of Gaudiya Math came to his house, his father would not want to go down. Because his father thought, this Mayavadi sadhus, now they're going to tell me, oh, God is one, I'm God, you God, all this bullshit. So his father wouldn't want to come. But when his father heard Kirtan, Srila Prabhupada came and he said to his father, they're Vaishnavas, they're our Bengali Vaishnavas. They're not this Advaitavadi or Mayavadi, they're the devotees of Krishna. And so father was very happy. He was very happy to look at Sridhar Maharaj's talk, Harikatha, and that's how they made very good friendship with Srila Prabhupada. But think of this, at that time Sridhar Maharaj was already sannyasi because he took sannyas at a very early age. But Srila Prabhupada kept all his life working as a pharmacist, family maintainer, but internally he was deeply practiced Krishna consciousness, and he had incredible aspiration to serve his guru. So when the time came, Krishna took everything away, He became a great sannyasi, and after becoming a great sannyasi, he didn't come here to Bhakti Fest, oh, everybody worship me. He went to Vrindavan, living on 3-4 rupees a month, begging food and translating books. Because he knew, if I want to give something to the world, it has to be real and substantial. So most people don't know that he actually copy and paste commentary of his guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Vishwanath Chakravarti. But it's called Guru Parampara. It's, in our line, it's not plagiarism. He's taking all these best ideas of his guru, other saints, and putting it in his books. That's why he normally said everything in my books. Why? Not because of he blaming for himself, that he was reading other great saints. And of course, we know there are more and more and more for different levels of consciousness. But he came up with an incredible spiritual literature, which is a Bhakti Kavya, Bhakti literature, which is very important for the whole world. Because once you start connecting with this idea, it starts making sense. Otherwise, if you're Indian or other people know, you go to India, everybody chants something, right? It's like you won't find Indian who will not appreciate kirtan. Even if he's a Muslim guy, he still would chant Hare Krishna or any Vaishnava songs or Hindi songs, and he would be, like appreciating that. So in India, everybody chants. It's not just like few people here. But what the difference is between those who chant, and our question is like, what is you chanting? Is that self-sacrifice? Is that offer? Is that real, substantial? Is that divine? Or is that something shadow-like or illusory? Therefore, Srila Prabhupada and our gurus never liked people chanting. Although they were the kirtan givers, but to them chanting was something very substantial. So if you hear Prabhupada's sound, you discover two things. First of all, he does not know how to sing. Prabhupada was not a singer. But there's some kind of a mystical tune is coming from his chant. That's like an incredible thing, because those who knows Bengali songs, Vaishnava Bengali songs, they understand he's not follow them. But he's got this Nivriti, the Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, coming through his heart. And although he's not a singer, he's not a chanter, his chanting is so charming, so taking your heart, and you can understand that's not like a music of the senses. So Prabhupada never had a sensual music. His chanting was so sincere, so deep, and that's what we're trying to accomplish. And that's the difference between everybody else and us. Because we're not trying to become musical about kirtan. We're not trying to become emotional about kirtan, because it's all mundane senses. What we try to do, we try to get one drop of reality. So anybody has any questions? Maharaj, you want to say something? I probably have to see some friends. Any questions? One question, please give. 1 rupee, one question. You give question, I give 1 rupee. You give 1 rupee, I give 1 question. And if you cannot ask question, I will ask you question. That is become even worse. So anyway, I've seen so many great souls, Sarvabhavana Prabhu, Jagannath Swami, Jaibalai Prabhu, all great devotees, and all giving their life to Krishna consciousness. And that's what really matters, because anybody can come and enjoy for the weekend. I become Baba for the weekend. Only. I'm a weekend Baba. And I'm Baba, like somebody asked me, Maharaj, how should I take sannyas? I said, well, you're obviously thinking of sex 24 hours, right? He said, yes. You're a sincere person. So try to take sannyas for 1 hour. And if you can stay 1 hour, take more. Go 1 hour more. And if you can go two hours, it's okay. You're already perfect soul, but try to go 4 hours. So, but how you do that? How not to think about mundane things, at least for 1 hour, or for 1 minute, for 1 second. You have to think about something else, right? You just can't have your mind empty. If you try to have your mind empty, maybe for a second, fragment of a second you can do it. So then Krishna is saying, Gita, man manab havamat bhakto. You have to replace. So you have to think of Lord and think of Him constantly, and that will take you away from all mundane miseries. And most experience Someone can do that if he's in a very hard stage of life. Unfortunately, when we're happy on material level, it takes us away from spiritual things. But when we're suffering, therefore pain is the best medicine. That's why God giving us pain. If God wouldn't give us pain, we could not get out of this world. And devotee, actually heart is always in the pain. But that's like a very sweet pain. So people think, oh, I'm trying to escape suffering. Actually not, that's not the goal. The goal is that your pain of separation of Lord is growing. And as you approach that understanding, then you become more advanced in spiritual life. So the Hare Krishna people chant Hare Krishna not because they enjoy Hare Krishna. That's a big mistake. Hare Krishna people chant Hare Krishna because they cannot do so. They cannot do something else. You know, normal devotee would say, I would give up my chanting long time ago, but I can't give up. A good devotee say, I'm trying to chant, there's nothing is there. But still I cannot give up that. I'm trying. And that's what Krishna consciousness is. Keep trying. So I'm so happy to show you these guys. They're trying for a long time, you know. And you know what?